Thank you, Professor, and thanks all the students for being there with Institute's Innovation Council. All those students who are doing their BE, Computer Science and Engineering. My name is Dr. Badi. I work with the EPGI Group, East Point Group of Institutes in Bangalore. I'm a professor of management. I also head this MBA department. With me also, I have my colleague, Dr. Sumti, who heads, our undergraduate management program. And she also got, a lot of ideas as far as, achieving problem solution fit and, product, marketing fits.
Good afternoon
So
to
the
you.
next, 40 minutes, let us look at, what exactly is this, achieving problem solution fit and product, marketing fetch. And I'm sure that, all these computer science students, would, one or the other day be starting their companies, starting their, organization, or starting their, the very buzzword, called as, startup. How do you really, look at a problem solution, and how do you look at, product, marketing fetch? There are one or two things, it could be a startup company, or it could be a big company, small company, medium company, multinational company, or transnational company, or it could be a tiny company, small company. It could be any company, could be one person, till 1 lakh, of employees that they're working. The one thing, you need to look at is, do I have a solution, for people's, pain points? That is the first question, you need to ask. You need to ask, okay, fine, I have a company, I have a product. Does this product, makes a person's or makes an individual, life, very better? If you say that, your product, makes life, better, then that is called as, you have a solution, for the problem, and that is what is called as, problem solution fetch. And when you say that, you have a solution, for your, problem, whatever, pain points of the people, then, you have to look at, how do I really market my product? Where is my, product fitting, in this entire, business, landscape? Okay, is it fitting at a X point, Y point, or, is it, fixing at, Z point? So, this is just a brief about me. I'm there at, like I said, at Bangalore, working out there. There are 4 agendas here. Let us look at, why ventures, fail. All students, who are there in this meeting, should try to understand. I'm sure that, like I said, you all are computer science students, and one of your aim and objective or mission of your doing your BE, is to see that, you want to have your own venture. You want to have your own company and start your own company out there. I'm sure, 80% of the students, would be thinking that. And if 80% of the students are thinking that, then I'm sure that you all are right, in thinking it. Doing BE, doing in a computer science, I'm sure that, you should look at, having your own venture. But at the same time, let us look at, a lot of ventures are there, a lot of, startups, keep coming in India or keep coming in Bangalore city, but so many fail there, or there are only, 10% success factor. Only 10%, of the companies, are there in the market. Now, why is this problem? I mean, where lies, the problem, or where lies the solution? Okay, so let us look at, what is the problem, what is the solution, and also, when you have a problem with the solution fetch, let us also look at, what is a product, market, fetch. And obviously, the last agenda of any of the, webinar or presentation or class or seminar or workshop or conference, would be, question answer session. So let us take 1 or 2 questions, from students, try to understand, what is their thought process, as far as, achieving problem solution and, product marketing fetch. Now, let us start looking at, why ventures fail. Okay. And just for your information, I'm a very, very big fan of, Harvard Business School. Okay. I'm a very, very big fan of Harvard Business Review, right? And most of my 98 percentage of my reading or 98 percentage of my class preparation, or today, for that matter, for your presentation, if at all I'm bringing some experience, it is my work experience, and if at all I'm bringing, some other experience, then that experience is from Harvard Business Review. So I was looking at this, issue, which came 2 or 3 years back, the failure issue, how to understand it, learn from it, and, recover, from it. Okay. So I was just trying to connect, this journal, articles, which runs into, something like 80, 90 page, and most of the experts, have written out there, why companies fail actually, and what can be done, for this failure, like problem solution fit, or your product, marketing fit, and how these two terminology, would help any of the companies, to be there in the company. To be there, in the market. Let me check, now and then. Sumti, you can tell that, if you're listening to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why? Because I keep getting phones here, and I've connected, my internet through phone. So sometimes when I get the phone, suddenly it gets cut here. So it should not happen. I'm speaking, and people are not out there listening. That is what is product and solution fit out there. Why ventures fail actually? Okay, let us not look at why ventures excel. Why ventures become big, why companies become big, or why Ratan Tata sir became big, or why our most respected Narayan Murthy sir became big, or our most respected Nandan Nilekani became big, or our most respected Volvo company became big. Let us not look at how people become big. Let us otherwise look at like they say that your failure teach you a lot of lessons to learn, rather than your success would teach you very less lessons that you can learn from your success. Okay. Now product don't fit. Most of the time what we feel at, okay, yeah, I am sitting in a college, I am listening to a professor out there, and I read some journal, I read some magazine, and I feel that, hey, look, I can work on this product. Okay, and this product is fantastic. Like Sumti is going to bring you a case study of how one product, I'll not name which product is that, because the curiosity with which she is bringing that case to discuss with the students would be killed if I tell which company is that, right? So what happens, sometimes your product doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the market, nor it fits the customer, or not it fits the consumer, or not it fits into the business landscape. Okay. So the companies have a product, but there is no market for the product. For example, I'm not sure if you have heard a company called as Ford company. Ford, there is the fourth biggest, largest automobile company in the world. In the world, I'm telling. And plus and minus 210 countries in the world. There is not a single country which doesn't have a product called as Ford. Car or vehicle or automobile or any of the products there on the road. But in India, after 10 years of their existence, they could not bring in that product where Indian market was looking at, and they miserably, in India I'm saying, not in the world map, in the old map, okay, in India, miserably Ford failed. Now, why it failed? The product could not fit into the Indian market. Either the price was big, price was so huge, so big, people could not afford to take a Ford company. The Ford company product. Whereas there were other products which were very competitive, and people started looking at some other products. So venture fail because of their pricing strategy. You keep too low price, people don't go. Okay, for example, say Big Bazaar. People usually don't go to Big Bazaar. Okay, or people going to Big Bazaar, the segment is different. the segment of big bazaar going people is entirely different from the segment of Walmart, right? So you have pricing too low, people will don't come. You have pricing too up, too high, people don't come. For example, you know, uh, there's one company called as Paul Smith. Paul Smith, is a company which is into textile, which is into textile, and you get trousers